evening. How is everybody? See when somebody comes on in a minute. I know there'll be somebody pop on any minute now. We'll find us on the laptop. Maybe I can keep an eye on it so I can make sure. Here I am. Okay, I know somebody will be on there any minute. Let me shut my crafty room door so the dogs won't bother us with their yapping and playing. Hi, Kayla. Glad you're here. Yay. Yay. How are you today? Did you have a good weekend? I did. Pretty good. Wasn't long enough. Never is, you know. When you work Saturday and only have Sunday off and then have to go back to work so early on Monday, that's never long enough. It's all right. I got through it. And I got through today. Though I had to work late. Boss waits till it's almost time for me to leave and decides to have a meeting. Just love those. Anyway, give it another moment. We're going to see if somebody else pops on. If not, we're going to get started because I've got 2 cards ready. I've got a fancy fold and a regular card. And I'm excited. In fact, I'll tell you what, I have got myself ahead a little bit with regular cards. Yes, I got to working on some Wednesday since I was off last Tuesday and Wednesday. I got the house cleaned Tuesday morning, worked in here in my crafty room Tuesday afternoon, had an appointment Wednesday morning, and then kind of dilly-dallied, piddled around, and then got in here in my crafty room later on Wednesday and made some cards. And so I'm excited to be ahead of myself. So, anyway, I'll be off Wednesday this week. Now I'll get some more made. I'll have to hunt up some more fancy folds. Okay, I don't know if anybody else is going to hop on or not, but if they do, they just have to go back and rewatch. We're going to go ahead and get started because I want to make both of these. Because what I'm afraid of is when I do this fancy fold that I'm going to mess it up. Because I messed it up twice. I messed it up. I did it right. I made another one, messed it up again. and did it right. The second time, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I knew that's not how to do it. But I did it anyway. So, anyways, we're going to use Butterfly Wishes. We're going to use this butterfly right here. And Beauty Abounds. We're going to use Our Friendship is One Big Thing, and then It's a Million Little Things. Plus, we're going to use the Layering Circles Frameless dies. We're going to use 2 sizes. We're going to use these 2. One just a little bit bigger than the other. Using gray granite. That's the only ink we're using. And we're going to do some stamping off. So I have me a piece of folded up grid paper here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That I'm going to stamp off on. And so I'm going to fold it up again. That way I won't take up so much room on the counter over here. Ta-da! Now, we are going to start with we have our envelope, of course. We have I have my hi Susan, glad you're here. I was just telling Kayla we are using Butterfly Wishes, this butterfly right here, Beauty Abounds, Our Friendship is One Big Thing, It's a Million Little Things, those 2 sentiments right there. We're using the Layering Circle dies. We're using 2 sizes, these 2 sizes here, one just a bit bigger than the other, using gray granite. And I was fixing to say, I have got my little template things here for me to know what sizes and where to score them. So I have a piece that is, this is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. You see, one is a little smaller than the other, so this one, okay, I've got it written down wrong. One of these is just a little smaller than the other one. I don't know why in the world I've got it written like that. This one is 4 1/4, no, 8 1/2, that's it. It's 8 1/2 by 4 1/4. So the 4 1/4, right, this one's 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. I was looking at 4 1/4, I'm thinking something's not right, but it's the 8 1/2 and the 8 1/4. So this is the 8 1/4. This one is our front. This is the front of our card. This one's going to be the inside of our card. And this is the back of our card. And I've got something on it. And I'm not used to not having layers or anything on this, and it does not have any. Yeah, it does not have any. We have just a scrap piece. This is all Whisper White thick. And just have a scrap piece that I am going to stamp on because we're going to use our dies and cut those out. So we're going to start with our scoring. I'm going to use my scoreboard for that. We're going to take the back piece. This is the one that's 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. We are going to score it at 5 1/2. That is right here. Yep, that's it. That little bitty bit of scoring right there. Just a little bit. Okay. Now this piece here is our front. This is the 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. See, 8 1/4. And we're going to score at 2 3/4, which will be right here. And I don't know, I think I don't even have it in the screen. 2 3/4. So we're going to give it a score right here. We're going to take our 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 right here. Now that makes it a perfect square when we give it a fold. Makes it 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, we're going to move our scoreboard here. We're going to get our bone folder and we're going to give them some creases here. Okay. I'm hoping I can remember exactly how this works, especially for where I put my stamped pieces. That's what I kept messing up on. And first one I made, I messed up, then I made another one and it turned out pretty good. And then the third one I made, I messed up. Fourth one turned out pretty good. The story of my life. Let's mess this up. Okay. Now, we are going to take... Let's see. I want to see that I make sure I get this right. Excuse me. We're going to take our front. Our front is this one right here. This is our front. We're going to stamp butterflies on it, and we're going to make it, you can make this card this direction or this direction. I made one both directions, and but I think we're going to make it this direction for this one, and I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, there you go. So I am going to turn it this way, and like I said, now I'm going to stamp off. So I'm going to use my paper here, and let's get our gray granite. This is all the color we're using. The only ink color we're using. Everything is done in gray granite, and I'm stamping off 3 times because I don't want this real dark on here, and maybe I should have just stamped off twice. Let's see. Let's just stamp off twice. Yep, that's a little better. Okay, now I'm going to lay that right there. Then we are going to take, let me see which piece this is. I'm trying to decide which one this is. This is our square. We're going to take our square, and we are going to open it up this way, and we're going to stamp on the inside of it. I'm going to stamp off and stamp on just like we did for the front. Okay. Now, yep, that's how I want it. That is right. That is right. Okay. This one we are not stamping on at all. Now, we are going to stamp 1 butterfly on here. Just like that. Then we're going to take our sentiment. It's a million little things, and we're going to also stamp it on here. Okay. Then I forgot we need to stamp our butterfly on our envelope while we've got it out here and doing all of this. Okay, close this up. Let me make sure. I know I don't have the sound, but nope, I thought I had the sound off on my laptop, but it made a noise there, like it had a sound to it. Okay, now what we are going to do, we're going to set that over there. We'll move this out of our way, and we're going to take our big shot. You can use any cutting machine that you want, but we're going to use the Big Shot, and we're going to center this the best I can. Okay, this is just a real simple one. I know you probably fancy this up, and I probably will do that later. But I just wanted to make one, see how it looked, and see if I liked it. Because when I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, I have got to make that on my Monday Live. And, but I thought, you know, you don't have to have bright colors to make a beautiful card. Some people, especially men, hey Shelly, glad you're here, like neutral colors instead of the bright colors like women like, you know. And so anyways, there is our butterfly and our sentiment right there. Now what we are going to do is we are going to center these 2 pieces right here. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Yes. I'm going to center them right there. I am going to take my smaller die, and I am going to lay it right here. Right here. Okay. Now, I know you don't usually do 2 pieces, especially cardstock, at the same time, but I'm going to. I'm just going to go back and forth with it because it will cut it, and if it doesn't cut it all the way through, you can line the second one up and cut it and finish cutting it, and it works. And there. So it works. You have perfectly even spot for your circles. Ta-da! Now they're both in the same spot. Love that. But you know what I just did? I messed that up. Totally messed it up. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did it right. I did it right. Never mind. I was so sure I was going to mess this card up that I'm making up messes here. All right, now we're going to glue this together. Video I watched, she used snail, but I am using my liquid glue because that's my favorite go-to adhesive. It's my liquid glue, and she's about empty. And I'll tell you, it's really easy to line this up like you want it because of the fact that you're going to be lining it up right here on the edges like that, and with the circles, your cutouts right there. And see, the reason you do that one is, see, it does not come to the edge here. It just goes that far. It's from the edge here and here. And just press it down, and you've got your piece right there. Is that not awesome? And I've messed this up. I knew I would. I knew I would. I knew I would. And I know why I did. I know why I did. Because I didn't cut through here. I'm going to cut one right here too. Ta-da. Oh my goodness gracious. I knew I was going to forget something. Let me get my pencil here. And I am going to that pencil, and it's not sharp. I know I have a sharp pencil. I'm going to make a circle here. Just make me a circle here. Just like that right there. And we're going to get, let me cap my glue. It's about to run out without drying it out there. Alright, we're going to get the big shot back over here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut out one more. Ooh wee. This is not going to be easy. Yeah, it will. It will, it will, it will. Okay. I'm going to line this up. Just like that right there. So what happens whenever I get myself out of sync, because I should have done all of this before I glued it together, but then I just totally forgot I had to do this other cut. Okay, I'm just going to come back this way because I don't want to tighten up. Whoa, it's stuck. There we go. Oh, man. I have to mess up something, don't I? Now then. Okay. That made a little mess up on my card now. Now, I'm just really disappointed in myself. Now, why did I do that? Anyways, it's on the inside, so it's not so bad. It's not like it's on the front. Although I got something right there on it. Okay. Now then. Let me see. We are taking this piece right here is going to be glued down. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use tearing tape, and I'm going to attach that right there, just like that right there. I'm going to use some tearing tape for that. It's a little wide, probably need something a little narrower, but I work with it. I'm going to remove my grid paper because I'm just going to line this up right here right on here, and it's okay if it sticks to my countertop because I can pull it right off my countertop. It'll be okay if I can get it lined up here. And I'm going to come right down through here with our tearing tape and snips right here. And we're going to snip this off just like this. And I am not, for some reason or another, I cannot seem to stay in the camera view tonight. Man, y'all can't even see what I'm doing because I can't stay in the camera view. Anywho's, alright, got the tearing tape on there, so we're going to take that off. I'm going to throw that up there. Then what is excess that's over, I'm just going to fold it back on itself like this, which works just fine. Here I am cutting up my grid paper with my scissors. Alright, now then, we are going to line this up. We really are. We are going to line this up this way, right here, on this side of the inside piece. And this is not the easiest part for me. It's not the hardest part. The hardest part is getting my sentiments where they're supposed to go. Anyways, I think I'm going to try it this way. And I'll probably get my noggin in your view for sure. But I want to get this lined up without sticking it really hard so I can make sure and that I've got it where it's got to be. See, it wants to stick. That's not working. Let's try it like this. Right there. This needs to come up a smidge, like right there. And this one up a smidge, like right there. Now I can press it down. Okay, so now we have this like I want it. Okay. Whew. All right, now we're going to stamp the front. We're going to stamp our sentiment right on the front. We're not fancying this up or anything. We're just going to stamp it in the gray granite without stamping it off. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my scrap piece and I'm going to make sure I have this on my block straight. I have it upside down. It's a good thing I did this, isn't it? I would have been stamping it upside down for sure as the world. We know I would. Okay, I'm not sure I'm on here straight. Yeah, I am. Okay, let's throw that over there. Now, we're just going to, I want to lay this where it'll be flat and not have a, it's going to have a bump no matter what I do because I should have done this first. I should have done this first. Yes, I should have. Let's see. I'm going to stamp it right there. That'll be all right. It doesn't have to be all the way over here. It doesn't have to be all the way over here. It doesn't have to be all the way down here. It can be wherever you want it. That's the beauty. It's your card. You can put it wherever you want it. That's what I do whenever I mess up. Wherever I want it. Even though I was going to probably put it way over here, but that's okay. Now, we're going to close this up because if not, I will be wearing gray granite to work tomorrow. Okay, now. Let me. Yes. Alright, now I am going to put some liquid glue on the back of my butterfly right here. Then I'm going to pull this around here. Now this butterfly is going to show through this right here. But I have got to get it centered up right back here on this piece on the inside. So what I'm going to do is line it up just like this, holding it. That's why I don't put glue all the way to the edge. And then just lay it down. It might slide a little bit. That's okay. It's there and it's where I want it. Ta-da! Now, this piece right here, that piece right there, the front. I'm going to do the same thing with it, but I'm going to use my sentiment piece. It's A Million Little Things. And I'm going to do the same thing with it. I want to line it up right behind here and make sure it's straight, because that's my one thing is I did not get one of them straight. Don't want that in my way because I'm afraid I'll glue it to it. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're going to get it down right here. Now, ta-da! Now I'm going to show you what's so fancy about it. You fold it like this. This right here. This folds in right here. This folds right like that. When you open this card, you have your butterfly, and it says, "Our friendship isn't one big thing." This is what happens. It's a million little things. This slides over to right there. Is that not neat? I love this. I just love this. Do you know how cute that would be to make children's Halloween cards with one of the Halloween sets with it? This and them some Christmas cards with the little elves, because you can use anything here. You don't have to use the circles. You could use the ovals. You could use the squares, the rectangles, the hearts. You can use any of them to cut your opening with. And it doesn't have to be this small. It can be bigger, you know. It can be any size as long as you've got enough room on your card base, you know. And the kids would love this. I think it's awesome. I am so sorry that I am coughing. But anyways, here's the second one that I got right, because what I had done is see, this is what I did. I ended up with my butterfly here and my sentiment here. And I didn't like that. That's not right. So anyway, I tried it this direction, and it also works that direction too. Just turn it this way and put it down here. So isn't that awesome? I love it. I love it. I just love it. Yes. Thank you, Susan. You're going to have to make it with the elves for your grandchildren. Yes, you are. They would love it. They would so love it. But like I said, you can use any of the shapes. I mean, these are my first ones. So I wanted to see how that'd work, and that's why I went with the circles. So anything I make after this with it, I'm going to experiment. Okay, this next card is just going to be a regular card. And we are using, excuse me, I am so sorry. I do not know what is wrong with me this evening. We had Subway for supper, and I think it's something I got on, some kind of veggie I put on my Subway. Anyway, we're going to use the Heartland. I'm using the barn. And just a note to let you know, I'm thinking of you. There's the only two things I'm using from here. I'm using the Stitched Nested Labels dies. I'm using the biggest one. We are using, I've got something on there. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it is probably off of my hands. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I've already scored it 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and give it a nice good crease. I'm going to make this out of the way. I have my dies already on my blocks. The only ink we're using is Early Espresso. We have our envelope. We have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 2 3/4. That's for our inside sentiment. piece of balmy blue that's 4 1/8 by 2 7/8 that's going to go under our Whisper White for the inside. I have 2 pieces of basic black. These are cut at 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I guess I need not know. I can always tell with basic black whenever I need to change my blade. We are going to make, our card is going to open this direction. I have a piece of scrap balmy blue that we are going to stamp our barn on. But we're going to go ahead and put our layers on here real quick. These, did I tell you what size? Yeah, these are 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. I like that size a little bit. Not a huge, but not a teeny tiny frame around it. And I wasn't real sure, whenever I thought of this, I wasn't real sure if I wanted this black layer. But I thought, well, I'm going to make one. And if I don't like it, I can always do it in another color. But once I got it made and put together, I really liked it all together. Because, I mean, it's just Whisper White, Balmy Blue, and Basic Black. And Early Espresso ink. I wanted the Early Espresso ink because I just did not want the black ink for this. I don't know why. It is just a thought that I just didn't want the black ink. I wanted something different. So I went with the Early Espresso. And I did not color this because you do not have to color this stamp. And it's gorgeous without it being colored, in my opinion. I bought this stamp set only to make a card for my dad. But of course now I've used it and made several different cards. But my dad used to have he had a farm. He had a horse farm. He's done this. He's done that. He's done a lot of farming and stuff. But then he grew up in a farming family. So I like to make him cards that goes along with things that he is interested in. When we had the motorcycle, I got that one from our daughter and son-in-law because they ride Harleys. I've stamped this tractor and did my dad a card with the tractor with the little boy on the inside because I could see my dad like this when he was little. So, you know, just different things like that. Just makes you think of different things. So, I really just I love stamping, and I love card making, and I love matching it up with people's personalities and the things that they like and they're interested in. There was a smudge of something on the other side, so I just flipped it over. We're going to cut this out anyway, so it's not going to matter. But you can always find a stamp set. Hi, Gloria. But you can always find a stamp set, and look what I did. You can always find a stamp set that goes perfectly with someone, and you know, goes with their personality and things like that. So even if it's not the whole stamp set, there's going to be a stamp somewhere. Okay, that's better. This is going to be cut off anyway, so I don't know why I was fretting about it. So there's always something that you can design for someone that's very special to them, and makes you feel good that you've made something special, you know, for them. All right, now I'm going to, I know this is not straight whatsoever. I won't get it up this way. I'm sorry, I can hear Angel in there crying. Johnny's not here. He had to go to church. He's on the nominating committee, and they have a meeting tonight because it's getting close to the start of the church year. And that's not straight. They're nominating, you know, teachers and all that stuff. And I just said, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. They don't have to try and find somebody for my class. I teach the adult women. And and I'm WMU director. So, and I enjoy doing both. So I told them I would just keep keeping on. So they were excited. They don't have to try and find someone to take my spot. So, but it's okay. Good Lord leads you to what He wants you to do, and that's what He wants me to do, so I just do it. I do what He tells me to do, and look there, that's not straight no more than I am. Well, I am straight, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. Well, I'm not straight. I've got this rounded belly and this hiney that sticks out. Alrighty. Now then, I'm at it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get our barn back over here, because we're going to ink up and stamp right here for the inside. And then we're going to take our envelope and we're going to ink it up again. And we're going to, I'm going to make sure my envelope's in the right direction, because I have stamped the envelopes upside down before too. So I try to always remember to look where I don't do that. But you know, that's not straight, but that's okay. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. Okay, we're going to go ahead, attach this to this right here. Just like this. I'm going to tell you, last week I talked about it being hot here in Alabama, but last week was nothing like it is right now. We are under a heat warning. It is so hot that our heat index has been into the hundreds today. I think like 107. Tomorrow, they're saying our heat index will be like 110 to 115. Well, tell you, we get heat, and we have heat index here in Alabama, but I don't like it. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I thank you for liking it. Okay. But anyway, whoo-wee, it is hot though, very hot. All right, we'll move this out of the way because we're gonna get the big shot back over here, and we're going to cut this out right here. I want to show you. I do not want this big. See how much it's on each end? I don't want it like that. So I'm bringing this in to, I'm trying to get it straight. I want it straight, and I'm bringing this in to about right there. And I'm going to cut this out. Then I'm going to pop this out, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to realign these right here. You can feel when this stitching gets into these grooves here, into the grooves, so you know they're where there should be. And then I'm just going to ease it up, and I'm going to scoot it down to right here where I want it, because the next size down is too small. width-wise. Hi, Sharon. And so I didn't want that, and it cut off any of my barn and stuff. I didn't want my windmill to be cut off. Didn't want the ground to be cut off. So I decided I would just do it like this. And as long as you've got that in those grooves, see, it's not going anywhere. And you put this on. I'm going to scoot this away just a smidge. It's not going anywhere because I've got that stitching in that groove there, the stitching here. I'm going just to bring it in here. We're going to come back out with it. Now, what that did was cut this off and made it smaller, and it frames your stamp better, your stamped image better. And you know, you can use this for something. It may be blunt right here, but it doesn't matter. That can be used for something. So I have a box over here for somethings. Perfect for the grandkids. You know, perfect for the grandkids. But that gives me my width I want, and then the shorterness that I wanted. So I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember who I even learned that from. I learned it from somebody a long time ago, and for the life of me, I can't remember who it was now. So, and I think I cut this one just a little bit smaller than my original one. Okay, well, you know, I did not use any dimensionals on that other one, so this card has to have dimensionals on it. And there's not going to be a sentiment on the front of this card either. Just just our barn. And popped up on these dimensionals. That's all we're going to have on the front. Hoo-wee. It's so hot in here. I'm glad the dogs are being good with Johnny not home. But I let them go out, and then I made them come back in because it's so hot, and I wouldn't let them stay out the whole time I was doing my live because it's just too hot. And I told y'all, hi Kathy. We have a groundhog that lives next door. There's a empty house next door to us. And we have pear trees over there. And it lives underneath that house. It's a big old booger. He's about, I don't know. He's probably about as long as my grid paper. And he'll sit out there and eat the pears. So the dogs like to go out because in the evening he will come out to eat pears, and they like to bark at him. And sometimes he'll just sit over there and eat like they don't even exist, and then sometimes they scare him. And I think it's how fast they run up to the gate, because we have a fenced-in backyard, so they can't get to him. So, and we have rabbits next door too in that empty lot, or that empty house spot too. And, but we've never seen a deer over here, but we have too many houses, so I don't think we'll ever see a deer. Okay, here we are. Look at this. I love it. I love it. Ta-da. Here's this. I see this one I get a little bit bigger than this one, but that's okay. I like both of them. And I did a little more on the inside with the stamping. And look there. What am I getting on here? Gosh almighty. Anyway, there is our first card, or our second card. And here is our first one. Is this not awesome? I just love this card. I love it. Yes, I do. It's going to be awesome to make cards for the grandkids with this. Yes. Yes. They'll wear it out. They will. They will. They will. Okay, and here's the envelope for that. And here it is opened up, where you can see the sentiment here. Ta-da! There we are. Thank you, ladies. I am so glad y'all like what I've made tonight. I thank y'all for coming. Just makes me feel so good when y'all come and y'all watch what I create. And I just love creating for y'all. And so I had told Kayla before everybody else started joining in. Last week I was off Tuesday and Wednesday. I got a little extra stamping done, so I made some cards ahead for our Monday nights. And okay, Debbie, you're gonna have to make some for the grandkids using some of the Halloween stuff and Christmas cards. Those little elves would be really cute because you can use any size of our shapes and stuff to cut out, you know, for your holes. You just have to have one a little bit bigger than the other. But anyway, so I got ahead so that whenever I craft this Wednesday, I can make a little head again. Sometimes I don't get to get in my crafty room, and if I can get in here and get some extra stuff made, then I feel better about whenever we get together on Mondays and I'm prepared a little better. Anyway, you're welcome. Sharon, you're welcome. Well, y'all have an awesomely wonderful, blessed week. And get in your crafty space and create. I know that Susan's been doing some great things, and Debbie's been making some awesome cards and sharing. Woohoo! Wonderful. Everybody makes such gorgeous cards. And Kayla, oh man, y'all just awesome. Share them. Be awesome. If you want to share them on this page here, that'd be okay. I don't mind. I don't mind you sharing on my page. But y'all have a blessed evening. Be careful. Stay cool. You're going to stay in the pool. I don't blame you, Debbie. If we had a pool. But we don't. I've talked to Johnny about it, but he said no. Not right now. So by the time he would say, yeah, I probably won't want one. You know, I'll think of all the maintenance I'd have to do to it, and then I'll say, nah, let's do it without. Because he probably wouldn't get in it with me anyway. So the grandkids would just be over here in it all the time with their friends. So I'd probably never get to get into it myself. Anyway, that would be okay. Maybe one of these days. But y'all have an awesomely wonderful, blessed week. And good Lord willing, be back here. It says it's like bath water. That's funny, Kathy. That's funny. That's because it's so hot. It's warm bath water. Anyway, good Lord willing, I'll be back here next Monday evening, 7 Central. Y'all have an awesome week. Love you guys. Thank you for coming. Bye.